Whatever you plan to do it now!
Hi guys, welcome to the Warcraft movie review. Just a quick warning, there will be spoilers ahead. The cast for this movie is Travis Fimmel as Sir Anduin Lothar, Paula Patton as Garona Halforsen, Ben Foster as Medivh, Dominic Cooper as King Lane Rin, Toby Cabell as Durotan, Ben Schnetzer as Khadgar, Robert Kaczynski as Ogrim Doomhammer, Daniel Wu as Gul'dan, Ruth Negga as Lady Tarja Rin, Hannah Galvin as Draka, which is Durotan's wife, Clancy Brown as Blackhand, and Terry Notary as Gromash Hellscream. The plot synopsis for this movie goes: Azeroth stands on the brink of war as its civilization, led by the humans, faces a fearsome race of invaders. Orc warriors fleeing their dying world of Draenor to find their place in another. As a gateway known as a dark portal opens to connect two worlds, the humans face destruction while the orcs face extinction. Anduin Lothar, leader of the humans, and Durotan, leader of the orcs, are then sent on a collision course that will decide the fate of their families, their people, and their home. Guys, this movie is pretty cool. Most people, the way they're marketing this movie is very careful. As you notice, we're not being bombarded by too much Warcraft TV spots and too many Warcraft trailers all over the place. They're really being very strategic on where they put this trailer for. Like, I have to say, as far as the quality, the set design, the CGI, everything is perfect in this movie. Like, I found myself so entranced by the whole experience. This movie does something like what Lord of the Rings does. This movie has characters with deep backgrounds, deep emotions, and throughout the film you see them grow and be tempted to revert back to who they were, but instead force themselves to be better. And that's pretty telling of what kind of movie this is, and just how much dedication the writers had to making this movie. Like I said, the stunt, the CGI, everything is perfect. So those aren't even something that I want to really bring focus on, because all of those things are a given. I mean, Universal, Blizzard, and Legendary put a lot of money into this, especially the special effects. When the mages do their thing, I mean, it's phenomenal. Um, it's Warcraft. I feel like is going to be one of those movies that at first it's a sleeper. So people who are fans will go to watch this movie, and then when they get out, they're going to tell their friends, and then they're going to come back with their friends, and then their friends are going to tell their friends. And it's one of those movies where, like, you just fall in love with everything going on. At first you're going to be taken aback if you're not a Warcraft fan because of how the orcs look. They look extreme, which obviously in a world where they're amongst humans, of course they're going to look extreme. um Most importantly, like for example, in my case, Paula Patton's character Garona Halforsen, she believes herself to be half human, half orc, and she it looks extreme. Like you look at her and you're thinking like she looks like Paula Patton, but then those tusks growing from her mouth or whatever, that one throws me off. Like, because I don't find it endearing. I don't find it like it just kind of throws me off. Like, how can you talk with such clarity and your tusks are like that? Like, those are the questions like I'm asking myself every time she's in the scene talking. Um, the okay, so as for yeah, so Garona Halferson, obviously she's half human, half orc, and of course, like any other not stereotype, but any other trope goes, this person must decide whether to be on the human side or their beastly side. And Halferson does that, even though she's raised and amongst orcs because of the way she looks. Obviously, she can't be like hanging around humans or whatever, but it's just fascinating to see her grow in the film. Um, Sir Anduin Lothar. He's of course the lead protagonist, so he's for the Alliance. He's very charismatic. Um, he's kind of like the knight in the white shining armor. Like he's that guy. Like he'll do anything for his kingdom. So we're all already rooting for him, and then of course on the okay, so normally traditionally the orcs, the ugliest looking things are always the bad guys. I mean, and the things, the people or the characters that we can relate to are the good guys. Well, it's kind of weird because Durotan or Durotan, as I could as I call it, played by Toby Cabell, um he's the lead like he's the lead hero for the Horde. He's a noble orc as well. So he's almost in the same like as Sir Anduin Lothar. You know, he fights for his people. Um, he loves his family. He'll do anything for to keep his people, his kind, his species alive. And so you can see the difference, but also the similarities between Durotan and Sir Anduin Lothar. They're both fighting for their kingdom, but they also misunderstand each other and are fighting against each other. But the truth is, they both realize that the best way to prevent extinction is to unite. Not only to unite amongst your own people, but to unite with your neighbors. So, and of course, all of that really truly does happen after Orgrim and Goldon starts to turn the orcs and the humans against each other and starts using powerful magic to kind of create chaos. And oh man, of course for me, my my favorite guy, his name is Khadgar, and he's a mage, but man, his powers are extremely amazing. I love him so much. Like honestly, at first I'm like, maybe I like Medivh because I like superpowered humans. I like magic. That's like my thing. I like it more than orcs or aliens or humans who are fighting the good cause. Like, no, I love magic so much. So at first I was like, oh, maybe Medivh would be my guy, but he's just kind of like he's not just reclusive, but like he's antisocial. But his powers are beyond. And I'm glad because imagine if he was the kind of mage that's very boastful. Like he would be doing whatever he felt like, you know? I mean, he can pretty much create time lapse and he can change things and he can freeze things and like he does everything. But Khadgar is young and fun and like he's just so eager to learn all this stuff. So that's what's beautiful about him. Um, this okay. Sorry, I had to pause because I'm trying to describe some of the things. Okay, so there's a scene, okay, where Khadgar, which is that young mage, and Garona and Sir Anduin are trapped by a bunch of evil orcs, and they're being followed by one of like the sinister warlocks who are trying to like pretty much like kill them. And and Khadgar uses this magic that kind of like it's almost like a force field, except the force field goes around not around them, but around the actual bad guy who's casting a spell against them. So the force field pretty much traps what's his name? uh, traps Gul'dan in a force field, and so he's trying to break free by using his magic, but it doesn't work. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm telling you, that young mage is amazing, and unfortunately for us, um, Mediv dies. He sacrifices. Okay, another trope. He sacrifices his life for the orcs and the humans as well, which is I saw that a mile away, especially the way like he really didn't want to help in the fight. He just wanted to mind his own business, and he kept telling mid. He kept telling what's his name, Khadgar, to mind his own business, but nope. And then Durotan, like he's pretty cool. I love that he's very noble. I I love that he's just trying to find the right thing to do, but man, he shows no mercy. He just goes at it like he's a boss. Like this movie just made me happy and smile from ear to ear, left, right, center, forward, up and down. That's how I felt. Of course, don't forget his what okay his okay, I don't want to say his wife, but like you can tell that they're falling in love. But like Garona is Garona is a champion. Like she deserves to be with Durotan because her fighting skills. She doesn't hold back as well. She's fierce. She does whatever she wants. This movie just made me happy everywhere. And then dragons. Like what? Wow. Honestly, I'm gonna say I'd like to give this movie perhaps a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like, it's that good. Um, what do I not like about it? Ooh. The movie was just too long for me. That's it. Otherwise, I enjoyed everything about it. So, this, I would recommend that you watch this movie. And, hopefully, you guys enjoy as much as I did. All right, have a good day.